Hello YouTube, TheBLOB here, and I just thought I'd spend a quick couple of minutes ranting about Ninth Edition, but also covering a few other topics. First of all, wow, what a response from the last video. Um, it's still getting hits. I don't think any of us here realized what it would do. I want to say hello and welcome to all the new subscribers, um, and just thanks for watching. Second of all, these are Black Knights. They're actually Bretonnian Knights, but they're Black Knights. For me. For my Vampire Counts army that I intend to use someday. Why is this important? Because I bought them after the release of Age of Sigmar and the destruction of Warhammer. Um, they're just awesome, and I had to have them. I'm still working on them. Still spraying them and still painting them, but there they are. Official Games Workshop, Bretonians. Knights of the Realm, I think. Yeah, I think Knights of the Realm. So let's get right to the point. Ninth Age, the Ninth Age, is here. I went up to my local gaming place and met with my local gaming group this past week. And lo and behold, I start hearing them talking about a new age. It's, August, and here already is a Ninth Age, and apparently um, we're already looking into it as a gaming group. We're already experimenting with it. But let me first tell you something. So I walk in there, I have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Obviously, this is my life. Um, and I hear things like the Americans are gonna sit this one out, and the Europeans are taking over, and the Poles are doing their own thing. And so what I'm hearing is Will Smith Independence Day type shit. Like, what is this? What the fuck is this? What do you mean the Americans are gonna sit this one out? You're kidding me, right? The Americans are part of everything, goddammit. And all of a sudden, I realize what they're talking about. They're talking about the community taking over Warhammer and trying to fix it and make something new. So I just rode the wave. I was there that night to actually play 8th edition, as it was written, as all the people on YouTube were doing it before Age of Sigmar, because that's what my gaming group was still doing. But the local guru of Warhammer, or at least for me, because I'm an Orc and Goblin player, the local Orc and Goblin guru was there with his son trying out the Ninth Age. And it was just them two playing, and I didn't really see what was going on because I was fighting Bretonians toe to toe, and no, I didn't get a battle report on that. Sorry, guys. Where Night Goblins Dare took on Bretonians, and all we did was act as a speed bump until time ran out. But that's what goblins do, right? Anyway, I digress. There were smiles from gaming members in this group who were severely bitter about Age of Sigmar. There were smiles, uh, and even though there weren't some of the people who were really upset, even though they weren't like, okay, well, when it's ready, I'll play it, they definitely had sort of this eye on the the father son who they were playing, the ninth edition. They were kind of looking over there. They were curious, and I don't know, smiles. I can't stress it enough. Smiles. Unlike the funeral I discussed in the last rant, because it looks like people are trying to fix it. And those people I'm referring to, excuse me, I almost burped there. Those people I'm referring to are the community. Um, Apparently it's the ETC people. And again, god damn it, I'm an outsider, but I'm trying here. I'm new to what's happening, and it's chaos. As soon as I arrive at the door, it's chaos. Um, but it's the ETC people. Let me tell you something. Before I even knew about the ETC people, I accidentally found this guy, Follow Furion, who apparently is Polish, and he was actually rewriting army books already himself, and he had answered questions about will he work with the ETC people. So there it is. I mean, right before recording this, I saw Once Bitten talking about the Ninth Age. Covers it, not extensively, obviously, but covers some important things like Killing Blow and whatnot. It seems like the game belongs to the people now. And that sounds strange, for me at least, to say, but what does this really mean? To me, it means one thing. Is this really a dead game? I mean, obviously the manufacturer who made it before tried to make it a dead game, but the people don't seem to want it to die. A lot of people worked really hard. They worked really hard on national rankings and the tournament scene. I mean, I didn't really even touch on the tournament scene in the last rant, but I should have, because the tournament scene, those people seem to be profoundly affected, almost on a spiritual level. But is this really a dead game? And so that brings me to the last thing I want to talk about real quick here. The word dead. All right, let's use the word dead and look at it here. What is dead? Dead means not living. So what is alive? Now, to me, human beings and animals and bacteria, these things are alive. A flame is not alive. A book is not alive. Miniatures are not alive. Okay, so dead. Dead is for things that are alive. Now, is this a dead game? Right before recording this, I thought about something. If I encapsulated Warhammer 8th edition and all of the armies up to 2,000 points in some sort of space capsule, if I shot that into space and hoped that some other form of life was able to understand it at some point after trying to translate it and use the miniatures to play the game, would they be able to play the game? Would they be able to essentially understand the rules and do all of the things that all of the people on YouTube and around the world were able to figure out with Warhammer, like double fleas and stuff like that? And I have to say yes. I have to say that if we shot a piece of music into space and extraterrestrial life somehow was able to decipher it, they'd be able to play it. Now, if you shot a dead animal or a human into space, if you encapsulated a dead human, shot it into space, if extraterrestrial life found it, they would understand what a human was made of, what it maybe needed to eat and breathe, and how it may be reproduced, right? Because of like dissection or whatnot. But they would not understand how a human behaved between other humans. They would not understand things like a human's laugh, or maybe even perhaps the purpose of crying. Because the human is dead, and the things when it was alive that it could do tangentially no longer occur. That's what death is. Death is a living thing becoming no longer living. The certain aspects of life, like love, and I don't know why I chose that just now, but I'm serious, like living aspects like love cease to be when something is dead. Whereas a rule set with miniatures and bases, no matter what, never actually dies, guys, right? I mean, isn't death the wrong word to use here? And I stress word usage in this argument. Let me give you an example I learned a long time ago. Wall versus fence. And this is how I'm going to end this rant. If I said to my neighbor, hey, Gary, I want to build a fence between our two houses, right along my property line, white picket fence, how would my neighbor feel? As opposed to if I looked at my neighbor Gary and I was like, hey, Gary, I need to build a wall between our two houses. It can be white, but, it can be whatever color you want. But, Gary, I need to build a wall between our two houses. So, word usage, wall fence, is a game really dead? Feel free to leave your comments, and thanks for listening.